It's a little-known Manchester United tradition, presents from the manager to those who sit in and around the dugout area. And he'll be thinking they are the only presents that Manchester United will want to hand out tonight, as Wigan come to Old Trafford for the first time. We're interactive, of course. Sky Digital viewers, push your button on the red button on the remote control, follow the instructions. You'll find that menu page there. Player cam, first up, Ruud van Nistelrooy, who returns for Manchester United this evening. Commentators Andy Gray and Alan Parry.
Well, this is Manchester United's game in hand on the leaders Chelsea, and if they win it, United will reduce the gap to 9 points. And remember, for all the talk of crisis, Manchester United have lost only 2 league games so far, against Blackburn Rovers here at Old Trafford and Middlesbrough on Teesside. Brown back in the centre of defence. Sylvestre has a groin injury.
Just looking early on now, looks like they are going to set up with pretty much 5 strung across that midfield. Man, Skoko and Bullard very narrow. That, I think, an attempt to frustrate Rooney and Scholes in particular, their ability to pass the ball. Cameron Roberts and Conley right up top.
Positive formation from Paul Jewell.
It worked
for Everton. Frustrated on Saturday, wasn't he? Because they went to defend at Chelsea and still lost.
Well, Everton were positive here on Sunday, got an early goal, helped them.
There's Skoko, the Australian international, getting a chance after a long, frustrating wait on the sidelines. Fletcher hasn't had so many first-team starts this season as the previous campaign. Jackson. Playing a little more central than usual. Not the best ball for Chimbonda. Looking it on in the direction of Camara. Plenty of time for John O'Shea, however, despite having time, he couldn't keep the ball in play. Camara. Skoko. Mang coming in from the left touchline. Unsure. On again to Bullard. Chimbonda on the right flank. Camara ahead of him. Here is Chimbonda. Only one man in the box at the moment for Wigan, and that's Connolly.
Well, this is good for Wigan.
Camara's cross. Connolly was coming to meet it. Roberts has joined him now.
That's exactly what they need early on. Possession. Keep the ball away from Manchester United.
Michel's clearance, not the best, and Rooney could punish him for that. Well, they got back at the second attempt.
Yeah, well, lost control of it after he flicked the ball over them. That's the danger, if they do have a bit of pressure. You just wonder if Onshaw and Jackson have got the pace to cope with the likes of Rooney and Van Nistelrooy, and Giggs in particular, if they get at them.
United get the game's first corner.
Well, this is an area they should contest it better. Certainly Jackson and Onshaw will fancy that they can get up there, win the header if necessary.
Brown coming to meet it near post. O'Shea was behind him. The clearance picked up by Connolly. And the pacey Camara. Today is the 200th league game in charge of Wigan for Paul Jewell, and he's won almost half of them, which makes him the most successful manager in the club's history. Neville. Useful looking ball. Only at stretch, and Jackson got it away. Smith back to Neville. Smith's cross dangerous. Giggs on the far post. Scholes with the effort.
Oh, how close is that? Well, he doesn't get a lot of attention to his heading ability, Ryan Giggs, but he is good and he can spring. And he certainly does against Chimbonda. Not so sure how much he knew where that was going. It's a wonderful effort. Just adjusts himself very quickly, Paul Scholes. Just puts the brakes on, waits for it. Catches it beautifully.
Chimbonda gets it away. Camera. And O'Shea does keep it on the field this time. Better clearance by Van der Sar, who looked a little bit nervy dealing with back passes, I thought, against Everton at the weekend. Neville. Baines clears the danger. Smith. Gary Neville. And Fletcher just took his eyes off the ball.
It's amazing because staff little things that frustrate the fans and the players.
Manchester United third at the start of play, 31 points they have. Liverpool are ahead of them on goal difference at the moment, but only by 1 goal. And show the former Liverpool man who has a remarkably successful record in his meetings with Manchester United. He's won 7 times in 8 previous games against them. There can't be too many players around with that kind of history against United. Bullard back down the line.
Oh, that was a bad ball, tell you. Volley first time.
Smith on to Scholes. Giggs making a run down the left, but unlike Sunday when he picked him out beautifully, Scholes looked the other way this time. Rooney. Smith. Now Connolly for Wigan Athletic, who of course have lost 4 league games in a row, but it has to be said there were 4 very difficult games against Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool and Chelsea, all top 6 sides. And of course they're facing another of the leading teams here tonight. Here's Rooney, and Nistelrooy comes to the near post. Jackson just did enough.
Yes, he did. He just got the wires across the 2 centre-backs. Jackson was a little bit deeper than Onshaw when Rooney was played through.
Good old battle for possession, and in the end the free kick goes against Wayne Rooney. Matt Jackson's last appearance against Manchester United, by the way, was in the FA Cup final 10 years ago for Everton, who beat them 1-0 at Wembley. Playing in place of the injured De Zeu. Here's Bullard. Camera. Oh, Connolly was trying to reach it at the far post.
Yeah, they're getting far too easily here. From a set play, 1 pass. There's really no marking at all. They've just gone to sleep, Manchester United here. It's a super ball in, and a little bit more on that header. It could easily have sneaked in far post. Super ball in from Bullard. Difficult. And he gets a bit more on that. He just might embarrass Edwin van der Sar.
Strange thing is, this season Manchester United have won twice as many Premiership matches away as they have here at Old Trafford. 6 wins on the road, the best record in the division. Just 3 here. And Nistelrooy's layoff, Scholes just beaten to it, went down. The referee immediately said play on, with the crowd screaming penalty.
Yeah, just got a bit of the ball.
Bullard, good skill on by Skoko. Camera dispossessed. Brown for Manchester United. Bullard there to cut the pass off again. Chimbonda. Camera. Good football this from Wigan. Mann back into the feet of Camera. Roberts is up with him, but he could go all the way here and almost did.
And that's Manchester United again. It was just a hacked clearance from Rio Ferdinand. Hacking it no general direction. Rebounded straight back into Roberts' path.
Van Nistelrooy chases, and Jackson had to make that interception.
That was good football again at the other end, though, from Wigan. Worked the ball pretty well, pretty confident, causing a few problems to Manchester United while they've been in possession early on.
Giggs. United get the throw again. Strong play from Van Nistelrooy. Here's Rooney setting it up to Scholes again. And turned over.
Flags up, flags up.
The flag is up. It won't count.
Oh, that's a big call. I mean, Darren Fletcher must have gone a long, long way to be offside from the initial shot. But that's the only reason the flag could have gone up. Because when Scholes strikes it, Fletcher's offside. We'll see it right here. Yeah, it's a good decision. Sharp, nice and alert, Fletcher.
His only goal so far this season, a crucial one, of course. The goal that enabled Manchester United to beat Chelsea here. Mann for Wigan. Roberts, won back by Scholes. Now O'Shea. Bullard along the ground for Kamara. Now Scholes has it back. Rooney. Fletcher. On to Neville. Here's Van Nistelrooy. Now Wayne Rooney. They looked for the flag. It stayed down this time. Mann who committed the foul. United have got on with it. Scholes. Lovely ball to pick out Ryan Giggs. Now O'Shea. Back again from Giggs. It's Rooney. Good effort. Much better saved by Pollitt this time. He made sure it didn't go back into play.
Good height for him this time as well. It was easier for him to push this wide. But they seem like they're just warming to the task now, Manchester United. It's two very, very good efforts from Scholes and then Rooney. And two pretty good saves from Mike Pollitt.
Began his career here at Manchester United 15 years ago. Never made the first team, though. Came to meet that and was caught in no man's land. And it seemed to be strange hesitation there all round. Alonso stepped in.
I'm really surprised that Manchester United have got so many players outside the penalty area. And that ball's bobbing about the 6-yard box. No one there.
They've been warm once, Wigan. And this time, Pollitt did the right thing. And much easier when Rooney just lobbed it back into his arms. Looking for Connolly with the early clearance. Roberts with the flick on. Mann. Now Baines for Wigan. Roberts took too much time. Scholes. O'Shea the outlet on the left. Giggs has gone in field. And it's a brilliant ball again. Very similar to the move that produced the goal against Everton.
Yeah, but they're a little deeper and aware, Wigan, or more aware than Everton were, because they just back off, they have a little look and they defend it properly. It's just a little, well, not enough on the header. Just need to knock it a little bit squarer.
Giggs not only scoring on Sunday, but playing the full 90 minutes for the first time in almost 3 months. He's been out, remember, with a fractured cheekbone. Referee won't allow the free kick to be taken from there. Alan Wiley, our man in control tonight. There's Wes Brown, who was on the bench against Everton after starting the previous 4 games in the Premiership. Smith. And Brown again.
That's when they've done quite well so far, Wigan, when they've got settled, when they've got back into a position like this, and they've faced up the play. They've had plenty of people in and around Manchester United players, making them play quickly.
Rooney. Broken kindly for Giggs. Fletcher was in there again.
Oh, that chance, I tell you what, that is as good a chance as they're going to get without scoring tonight. I cannot believe he's not nodded that past the goalkeeper.
Alan Smith. Here's O'Shea. On to Giggs, lovely back healer, but Chimbonda read it. Rooney. Risky clearance from Bullard. And then a no-nonsense one by the goalkeeper. Connolly for Wigan, who took a blow there as he clashed with Smith, but back on his feet quickly. Baines. The ball really fizzing around. Neville. Here's Ryan Giggs. In early for Van Nistelrooy. Fletcher. Glad I enjoyed that from Paul Scholes. Smith. And Nistelrooy needs some support here. Oh, well, that was risky because it could have been deemed a deliberate back pass. That's what United are claiming.
Well, I think that's as deliberate as it comes. When he's taken the pace off the ball, cushioned it back towards his goalkeeper, and allowed him to pick it up. It did accidentally pop off him for sure.
Bullard. Chimbonda. Roberts in the centre. It's held off Brown. Good strength. Chimbonda's cross. And it was Ferdinand this time to United's rescue. There is a certain anxiety about Manchester United's defence when Wigan pressed them.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear Rio Ferdinand talk about the one thing they'd done wrong. He felt was they'd not taken enough of the chances. That's fair. But also, I think what works against you is if you're not that 100% confident in the defence you've got, you think you're always going to leak one, which they've been doing at the minute. And it does put pressure on the front men, the midfield players.
Here's Scholes. Couldn't find Giggs. And Onshow just got his foot there ahead of Van Nistelrooy's challenge. Scholes. Here's Rooney. On to Fletcher. 3 in the box for United, including Van Nistelrooy. As Jackson stabs it away. Ruud Van Nistelrooy. And it took a double deflection. It's a goal kick.
Well, I still think this is the best chance in the match, and unless I'm mistaken, he just misses this. It looks a pretty simple header in the end when the ball arrives here. Borderline offside again. But I'm thinking, go on, just head it past him. And he just misses the ball. It's an absolutely golden opportunity.
And the header he got here against Chelsea in that epic game was much more difficult than that, wasn't it?
Story of Manchester United, Old Trafford this season. Chances made and chances wasted and squandered.
O'Shea under pressure here and just about got the throw off Bullard. Wigan haven't picked up any points since their 2-0 win at Pompey on the first Saturday of November, but they're still on 25 points. thanks to that wonderful run of 6 successive wins in the Premiership. And I don't think, in all honesty, they would have expected to gain too many points from this particular set of fixtures.
Yeah, I think he might have nicked a draw. I think he might have taken that.
Here's Wes Brown. Now Ferdinand.
This is when it's quite hard for Manchester United. Talked about it. When they get set, Wigan, they get 5 back in midfield, and they get close to Scholes, they get close to Rooney.
What a ball. Fletcher took it down instantly, but couldn't keep it under his control. Before the end of the year, by the way, United have 2 more home games against West Bromwich Albion and Bolton, and away games against Aston Villa and Birmingham. But they're in a position where they can ill afford to drop any more points. As Giggs loses possession. Belated award of a free kick for the tackle on Bullard.
A little loose, that pass, but I do think that Paul Jewell will be pretty pleased. The opening 20 minutes of this game. A couple of long efforts the goalkeepers had to deal with, and poor miss from Fletcher. They might have been behind, but they're not, and they've done okay.
Bullard in possession, back to Onshow. Away by Brown. Giggs winning it back. Rooney. And tried to slide in Van Nistelrooy. Would have been offside anyway. Referee's wave play on. Wigan certainly didn't want a free kick. Roberts. Oh, terrific defending by Ferdinand. Scholes. Now Rooney. 2 choices here. Van Nistelrooy is the one he picks out. And Chimbonda across on the cover.
Yeah, okay, the full-back.
Smith. Here's Brown. Not the best ball for Giggs. And for the next 15 minutes, we'll be keeping a close eye on Paul Scholes on our player cam for Sky Digital viewers. Skoko. Connolly's layoff. Here's Baines. And the Australian international takes over again. Tries to set Roberts clear. And Brown has had to concede not a corner. It came off the Wigan man goal kick.
No, he just played it off his feet.
Incidentally, Wigan have played at Old Trafford once before, contrary to popular opinion. It was 36 years ago, in the days when FA Cup ties were almost played to a standstill, and they had replays on neutral grounds. They met Port Vale here in a first-round second replay and lost 1-0. Roberts. Mann. Away by Brown. Neville. Jackson up well against Van Nistelrooy. Baines. Smith dwelt on the ball. Mann. Oh, great skill from Mann. Can he finish? Took a wicked deflection.
Little deflection. I think he went for the chip here. I'm not so sure it was going on target until the deflection took it there. He's just dwelt on this a little long, Alan Smith. Back to play. He's got to deal with things quicker than that. It just looks like he's going to try and chip Edwin van der Sar there. For sure that was the right option.
Fletcher. And again, Smith in a little bit of difficulty. Trot on the ball.
That's because, as I say, the way they've set up, it means that Mann and Skoko and Bullard can get really, really tight to the 3 I think the three players they consider might be the most important against them, and that's Scholes, Smith and Rooney. If they need to, if they drops in there.
Here's Giggs. Now Van Nistelrooy's layoff to Rooney. It's a good block. Brown. Scholes. Smith. Giggs turning it forward for Van Nistelrooy. Jackson with a timely intervention.
Decent positions. Trying not to let the ball in behind them. Giving himself enough depth to deal with that.
Bullard. And that's untidy. Giggs. Van Nistelrooy with a chance now to take on Onshow. And Fletcher and Rooney in the middle. Baines got it half clear, only as far as Giggs. Rooney. And again, Wigan stand firm. Smith.
Smothered again there. Just right on top of Smith as soon as he tried to control that. Three blue and white shirts around him.
25 minutes gone. So far, so good for Wigan Athletic. Connolly. Baines on the overlap. Couldn't quite pick him out. Wigan have slipped from 2nd to 7th in recent weeks, but I'm sure they'd more than happily settle for 17th come the end of the season. And again, they have come here to one of the massive clubs and shown no fear, quite the opposite. Baines.
Yeah, apart from Liverpool this season, when they beat them 3-0, and they didn't defend very well, I have to say, at Anfield that day. They've been in every other game, only ever lost by the odd goal. Odd goal against Spurs, odd goal against Arsenal, odd goal against Chelsea. They haven't looked like conceding too often this evening.
Good ball forward by Neville. Van Nistelrooy. Fletcher. Scholes was poised, but the ball never reached him. Connolly's layoff. A little sloppy. Fletcher.
Oh, super sloppy.
Frustration again so far for Sir Alex. Chimbonda. Offside, camera. It's the Wigan fans making most noise at the moment, and that tells a story. Chimbonda. Stefan Onshow. Smith's header has gone straight to Connolly. Not quite sure what Mann was thinking of then.
Makes two of us. Looked like a shot.
It did.
Set up for it.
Ryan Giggs. Rooney trying to switch in the play, brought Gary Neville in a tricky situation. Here's Van Nistelrooy. That's good play, and through to Rooney. Giggs has gone for the return. Van Nistelrooy's there. Another excellent save.
Well, this is the best of the bunch. It's the best of the bunch because he's at full stretch and it's on the ground. And that's a hard save to make. Great vision from Rooney, absolutely top draw. That's a fantastic save. Improvisation just to get there from Van Nistelrooy. He must have thought he'd scored. Very, very good goalkeeper.
I'm happy to see Chimbonda deal with that. I remember at Anfield, where, of course, Pollock was remembered for his intervention, shall we say, in Crouch's first goal. But he played very well that day. He made a string of terrific saves, and he started in similar fashion here. And this time, he couldn't keep it out, and that is a landmark goal indeed for Rio Ferdinand, his first ever as a Manchester United player.
Well, I was just about to say, the corner before, Giggs put in a great ball. Brown made the run near post. No one went in behind him, and they headed it clear. This time, someone does go in behind him. There's the run front post. There comes Ferdinand in behind. I don't know who's on the line, but the goalkeeper actually just knocks it away from him. He's got to clear it. Might be hooking it away. Is it Skoko on the line? But that's an unusual scorer. You wouldn't have had much money on him in the bookies pre-match to get the opening goal tonight. That was Baines that was on the post. Goalkeeper just knocked it away from him.
Ferdinand's first United goal in almost 150 appearances for them. If you're a betting man and you had a quid on him, I can tell you, you've picked up another 33.
Yeah.
Peace nods. And Nistelrooy coming in again on the back post. Another corner.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? A goalkeeper's life. He makes a brilliant save to force the corner in the first place. And then, well, maybe he didn't get what he deserved. He's unlucky. He felt he had to go for it.
Well, if it is Baines again on the far post this time, I hope for Wigan's sake he's more alert.
I think he was alert. Oh, I just don't think he expected the goalkeeper to flick it past him.
No problem for Pollard this time.
No, that's a relief for Manchester United, that goal.
What a good ball that was for Camera by Skoko. Connolly in the middle, so is Roberts. Happy to get the corner. Chimbonda is a useful customer at set pieces for Wigan. Brown trying to hold him off on the far post as it's gone in short. Bullard playing it back in, and he can stay out there for another corner.
That was a good header from Rooney. It might have been a difficult ball had it gone past him.
Van Nistelrooy onto the clearance. Referees allow them to take a free kick quickly, and not, I don't think, from the right position. Giggs. Rooney unmarked in the middle. It's Rooney. It's another great save by Pollard.
Well, it's one of those situations you want to roll it along the ground so he doesn't have to control it. But I don't think he could.
And Nistelrooy. Smith. Scholes with the intelligent ball out to the less crowded area. Now Giggs. Good defending by Camera. Brown's clearance. It's Wes Brown again for Manchester United. Neville.
That's goalkeepers. No, this is take a quick free kick here. And you see what I mean? I think when Giggs gets the ball here, what you want to do is just roll it along the ground. But he can't do that, because when he skips past Onshaw, the defender, you can see Baines again. He makes him play it in the air. And that means he's got to get control of it. Not the best touch from him, to be honest. But once he's got to take two touches, it did give them a chance, Wigan, to get back.
And Fletcher coming round the back here, testing the Wigan defence again. It's Rooney. Slipped, but regained it his footing brilliantly. Rooney! Oh, what a goal by Wayne Rooney!
Well, when you ask what you pay, what, 28 million or whatever for, he's just answered it. A chance that's lost. But such is his balance and talent that he's quickly up again. Thinks he's lost this now. He fancies it in the penalty area. But how quickly he's up, 2 or 3 touches. And then with his weaker foot, and Mike Pollock might think, it's near post, I should save this maybe. But he drills it with unerring accuracy, the young lad. And from a really, really dodgy looking half hour, suddenly everything's looking much, much rosier for Manchester United.
Well, he missed several great chances, didn't he, against his old club Everton on Sunday. He was never going to miss that one. His 8th goal of the season. And Manchester United have won all previous 19 games in which Wayne Rooney has scored. Now he can smile.
Different, innit? What a difference a goal makes.
Here's Baines. Skoko. Dangerous ball in. Away by O'Shea. Mann. Brown there again. Skoko tries his luck. Camera.
Half a chance. That's normally where he's best as well, and he doesn't have to think too much about it. Because as it comes back to him, it's very, very... He has to make his mind up very quickly. He's got to hit it. Just cuts across it.
On by Van Nistelrooy. Rooney. He's come alive now. He's got that goal. Smith. Scholes. That's great skill by Roberts.
Well, he missed it the first time. Alan Smith was going to make the same mistake again. It's amazing to think that's the first time this season they've got 2 goals in the first half here at Old Trafford. It's extraordinary stuff.
It is. Mann with a chance. Oh, that came from nothing, and Van der Sar was on his toes.
It's a brilliant save. A little bit of criticism for losing the goal against Everton. McFadden's shot, beating him at the near post, and this is a wonderful save because there's a gap there. And he hits it really, really well, Alan Mann. It's a pretty good save.
Now Rooney. Ruud van Nistelrooy. Rooney. It's Fletcher. Flipped clear by Onsho. There might have been a foul then by Gary Neville, or was.
And suddenly there's a few more gaps appearing.
Ryan Giggs will be our player cam subject from now to half-time. Here's Baines. Interception by Smith. Baines being waved further back down the line by referee Wiley. Skoko. Here's Bullard. And Chimbonda. Camera. Skoko. Oh, that's wasteful.
A little ambitious.
Well, they won't give up hope, Wigan, we know that from their previous performances.
No, they stick in. Went 2 down against Arsenal, didn't they?
Yeah.
Managed to nick a goal back and kept themselves in the game. That's what we'll be hoping again this team can do.
But those 2 goals in the space of less than 5 minutes have certainly undone Paul Jewell's game plan. Smith. There's goals. Giggs. Fletcher offside. Rio Ferdinand's first goal since he scored for Leeds over 4 years ago, followed 4 minutes and 50-odd seconds later by Wayne Rooney's. Have given Manchester United an excellent platform here, just over 5 minutes of the half remaining. Straight into the hands of Van der Sar. Too easy.
This is when United are really dangerous. Oh, well done, Stefan Onshaw.
Very important interception that, as Chimbonda knocks it back in towards Connolly. Neville at full stretch, great clearance, and then over the crossbar. Incidentally, if you discount European games, then it has to be said that Manchester United rarely lose when they score first. It's happened just once in the last 4 years, would you believe?
I think that's pretty much a start in Premiership football, isn't it? Sam Bolton, Sam Allardyce has always trotted that one out. The team that scores first very, very rarely ever loses a football match.
So that's the measure of what Wigan have got to achieve here. They've given away a free kick. Certainly don't want to concede again before half-time. You could call that a misunderstanding there. Smith had turned his back. Scholes. It's a good ball. Van Nistelrooy's flick. Brown, Scholes, Ferdinand. And Chimbonda kept his eyes on the ball again. O'Shea in strongly. Wigan's throw. Good layoff. Roberts to Camara.
Every now and again, they just threaten Wigan. They get plenty of players forward. They get in the last third. You just have to believe, keep believing that they can put something together.
Roberts. Happy to get the corner.
There's no doubt that a goal for Wigan would certainly change the atmosphere around here. And what would it do to Manchester United players? That would be the big question. That's the question they've got to ask. They want to be good enough to ask that by getting the goal.
Bullard. On show. On to Baines. I think he chose the wrong option then. Skoko. And a poor ball by Jackson. Fletcher with a flick on, and Jackson should deal with it. Great header on. Camera to Roberts. Giggs. First time for Wayne Rooney. Two runners here, both Rooney and Giggs, but the ball from O'Shea was surprisingly poor. Sancho finding himself stationed out on the wing. Bullard. Oh, that's awful defending, straight to Fletcher. At least Jackson made up for it.
There's a poor touch from Fletcher, though. No way Jackson should have been allowed to make up for it. Really heavy first touch. Great opportunity for Manchester United right on the stroke of half-time to get a third there. But for half an hour, I think Wigan had done all right. Frustrated Manchester United, looked like it was going to be, might be another long, hard night for them. A set play, so often happens at this level, just opened the door for them.
On by Fletcher, and the clearance from Baines. Only a minute to be added. Connolly. Steady play again by Onshow. Now Chimonda. Mann. Smith tigerishly bites in to win it back. Didn't play, was it? No. The linesman signal throw into Manchester United. Van Nistelrooy, wonderful play by him. Giggs to his left, Rooney to his right. He certainly chose the difficult route, didn't he?
Yeah, cleared it out.
Mann. This will be the final attack, and it comes to nothing anyway. Well, for half an hour, Wigan held out pretty impressively. Then came the old 1-2. Rio Ferdinand's first ever goal for Manchester United, followed less than 5 minutes later by a superb effort from Wayne Rooney. And Wigan face a very big mountain now in the second half. They trail Manchester United here at Old Trafford, despite the heroics of their goalkeeper Mike Pollitt, by 2-0.
Former United skipper Ray Wilkins and Jamie Redknapp with us this evening as Manchester United lead at Old Trafford by 2-0. Rio Ferdinand is first in 140 games for Manchester United, and Wayne Rooney, the goal scorers. Half-time reaction comes next. Two pay-per-view offerings coming up this weekend. Saturday, Aston Villa play Manchester United. It's a 12:30 start. Manchester City meet Birmingham at 5 o'clock after that. You can pick up details of how to order those games on channel 437 if you're a Sky Digital viewer, or call 08705 160 160. Super Sunday this week, it's a double bill of Premiership football. First up, Middlesbrough and Spurs at 1 o'clock. It's followed by Arsenal and Chelsea at 3:30. Well, that's why it's a lot better in these parts. Manchester United leading here by 2-0. If they keep winning, if Arsenal beat Chelsea at the weekend, the gap between Chelsea and Manchester United would be then just 6 points. And as we said right at the start, Jamie, that's not a lead for Chelsea that you would say rules out a challenge, is it?
Well, it would look so different for sure, and Sir Alex Ferguson knows that. Tonight is paramount that they win this game, but at the moment they're going about it exactly the right way. They're playing well. If they keep the pace up of the game, I feel it's very difficult for Wigan to stop them. Stefan Hencho's had real problems dealing with Van Nistelrooy and Rooney's movement all game.
Is there any hope for Wigan here, Ray?
Not for me, there isn't, Richard. I said before the game I thought it would be really difficult for them, and it's proven to be so. And I think this is a perfect opportunity for Manchester United to turn this little blip round, because they could actually win, and win extremely well tonight.
More goals to come?
More goals for me, yeah.
OK. Sky Digital viewers, if you wish to go interactive, I'm quite sure you know by now, push the red button on that remote control, follow the instructions. Player count, first up at the start of the second half, Wayne Rooney. Commentators Andy Gray and Alan Parry.
Thanks, Richard. Well, I suppose if there is a crumb of comfort for Wigan, it is in the fact that Manchester United have conceded more goals than any other team in the top 6. 14 in all, twice as many as Chelsea. As you can see, Wigan have made a change. Coming on, Graham Kavanagh. Going off, Josip Skoko. Pretty much, I would expect, a man-for-man change. So, Andy, it looks as though Wigan could line up with pretty much the same formation in this second half.
Yeah, I think it's just like for like. We'll obviously give them a shout when they kick off, but it looks like it'll be 4-3 still.
Wigan with 4 wins out of their 7 games on the road so far. They took all 3 points at West Brom, Everton, Aston Villa and Portsmouth. And we understand that Skoko has gone off because of a groin injury. Giggs for Manchester United, kept in play by John O'Shea. Closed down then by Bullard.
It's one of those games as well we got out here where you think, you know, you see Manchester United 2-0 up, and there's Ray Wilkins saying he doesn't have a prayer of hope for Wigan, but it's one of them where I've said it time and again, the next goal, and at 2-0 that might sound daft, but the next goal is such an important goal in this match. If Wigan got it, then just how twitchy might Manchester United players get? If Manchester United get it and go 3, you just wouldn't think any way back for Wigan then.
Mann. And gets it back. More width down the right-hand side. They're a little crowded down the centre at the moment. Now Chimbonda provides some width. Camara fired it straight at his own player, Roberts. Jackson. Honshaw had to take the cautious route. Smith. And Fletcher. And the new United captain, Gary Neville. Smith. On to Fletcher. Kavanagh makes his first contribution. Good interception. In long for Roberts. Whereas Brown muscled him out of it, though. Van Nistelrooy. It's a very good ball for Wayne Rooney. And he's still causing a problem for those Wigan defenders. Not now. Strong play by Chimbonda. Scholes. Poor ball for once by Ferdinand. Here's Bullard. Very ambitious, really.
Well, he didn't have an awful lot on, I'll be honest. He was looking for someone right. Camera had drifted infield, gave him nothing to do.
Scholes. Clever ball for O'Shea. Baines has got to keep his eye on Fletcher outside him. And United in control at the moment. Sloppy ball like that, though, and suddenly Wigan get the initiative back. Roberts for them. Mann. The ball invited the sliding tackle from Fletcher. Mann. Not a bad cross. Ferdinand had to deal with it. Kavanagh can strike the ball well, but didn't on this occasion. Van Nistelrooy. Referee got in the way.
He's unlucky. It's a super turn. Collected it, turned.
Chimbonda. Bullard's cross. Mann trying to come in and meet it.
Super defending. Spent a career doing things like that. Knows all about right back. Won't be on the cover. When not.
Bullard.
This has been a pretty good start from Wigan at the beginning of the second half. I think they know they need to get the next one.
And show wrestling away with Wayne Rooney. Whistle had gone. Lovely ball. O'Shea. Did well to hold off camera. Now he's got Chimbonda to deal with. Very impressive. But so too is Chimbonda's defending, and he wins the free kick. Three wins, 3 draws, 1 defeat is Manchester United's home record in the Premiership this season. 9 points they've dropped. Draws against Manchester City, Tottenham and Everton, and that 1 defeat against Blackburn. Van Nistelrooy. There's Fletcher. Neville's cross was deflected. Rooney! Well, make a note in your diary. Wayne Rooney failed to score from almost under the crossbar.
Well, they can laugh because it's 2-0. Trust me, if it was 0-0, he wouldn't be smiling. But they carve them open here. Great run from Gary Neville. Again, he's made a career out of doing that, and it's a super ball in. And that's bread and butter for the young lad. This one's a simple one. There's no pace on the ball. Goalkeeper takes all the pace off it with that little deflection. And that is routine finish. Absolutely routine. You can't believe it. I don't think any of the 60-odd thousand plus crowd can either.
Kavanagh. Roberts. Tempting Bullard forward, but the cross was disappointing. Kavanagh made a good challenge to win it back. Connolly. Kavanagh. It's been a good response this by Wigan. Bullard. Chimbonda. Kavanagh. Not a bad ball. Chimbonda went down too theatrically, really.
He went down looking. There's no doubt. A little coming together here. Yeah, he's got his arm, you can see that. Ryan Giggs there. There's no way the referee can see that from where he is. And it happened so quickly.
Here's Fletcher. Rooney at full stretch. So he's defended very calmly.
Yeah, he used all the experience there. He knew that Wayne Rooney wasn't going to get that, so he couldn't be bothered going and challenging. He just took a step back and thought, I'll just control it and then we'll keep possession.
Scholes did well. Gets it back from Rooney. Lovely football from Manchester United. Van Nistelrooy unmarked. What a goal it might have been and still could, but not now.
Well, they may be 2-0 up, but they're still squandering gilt-edged chances. I count 3 tonight already. Fletcher, Rooney and Van Nistelrooy.
Wonderful flowing football.
Well, they're a little bit more open, Wigan, because they have to throw men forward and go for it. They're getting caught. And when good players get a bit of time, like Scholes and Rooney did then, they're going to carve you apart at times. And that's 2 bread and butter finishes there.
Oh, lovely touch. Giggs to O'Shea. Smith. Didn't look. Led it straight to camera. Bullard. And Wigan makes something of the gift. Now Kavanagh. Great play by Van Nistelrooy. What a ball for Rooney. Surely he's not going to miss this one. Magnificent finish.
Yes, admire the finish. admire the quality, but admire what Van Nistelrooy contributed as well. I think this is when he really is at his best in build-up play. He doesn't get enough credit for it, Ruud van Nistelrooy. But when he's at his best, he's strong, he's talented with the ball. And you watch this, players all around him, but his touch is assured, his strength on the ball is good, and his awareness of where Rooney's running to is excellent. He's got so much time, and that's when he is at his best. He wants the goalkeeper to go to ground. He knows exactly what he's after. A little dummy there, and a little chip. Super finish. They've got to be out of reach now.
Old Trafford, United's goal scored by number 8, Wayne Rooney.
Nice to see a smile back on the old chap's face again, isn't it? Crisis? What crisis? When Rooney had only scored 2 goals in his previous 10 games before tonight, now 2 in 55 minutes.
He actually should be on Havertz's hat-trick already, shouldn't he? He's missed his easiest chance of the match.
Yes, probably the easiest chance of his career. Away by Wes Brown. Well, they're in danger of a hammering now, Wigan, unless they can dig in again and get something.
You talked about the amount of goals Manchester United conceded, and I know the game's probably beyond Wigan now, but they'll keep going, they'll keep chipping away. And you just think for Manchester United, for the likes of Rio Ferdinand and Wes Brown and Edwin van der Sar, a clean sheet's really important tonight.
Use of the arm there by Roberts. United have now scored 28 times in the Premiership. Only the leaders, Chelsea, have scored more. And of course, they've made a big improvement so far on their goal difference, which is important because they had the same number of points at the start of the evening as Liverpool. They were involved in other matters, of course, many, many miles away. Here's Giggs. Brown. O'Shea finding Giggs. That was loose. Just as well Smith was aware of the danger from Camara.
Suddenly the game feels much easier, doesn't it? Where the challenges were coming in from Wigan and they were tight. Manchester United in the first half hour of this match were having trouble finding space, having to play very quickly.
Great ball through the middle, on show. Stretches, but the flag's up anyway.
I thought he just went a little early. I don't think it was him. I think it was Ryan Giggs. But it gives Sir Alex an opportunity. And they've had 3 big games, like Benfica and Everton, and this one pretty quick in the back of each other. You know, to give 1 or 2 that have played in all 3 a little rest.
They're enjoying themselves now, you can see that. Van Nistelrooy will be anxious to get on the score sheet. He and Rooney have scored the vast majority of United's goals this season between them. No other player has scored more than once in the Premiership, apart from those 2. Neville. Smith. Clumsy. Straight to Camara. He could be made to pay for that. Oh, it was a terrific strike.
Good save. What a save. I think he gets a finger to this. But that was sloppy play from Darren Fletcher, giving the ball away. And this is what Manchester United don't want. All right, it might not mean anything in the big picture, but we talk about keeping clean sheets and not making errors. Fletcher did that. It's a decent strike. It's probably gone wide, but you have to make sure He did just that.
It's got Roberts to contend with from the corner. Camera's header.
Oh, it's a pretty poor header, that. Free header. 10 yards, middle of goal. Should have done better.
But it could be a very long half an hour for Wigan Athletic here. Our player cam for the next quarter of an hour for Sky Digital viewers will focus on Alan Smith of Manchester United. Here's O'Shea. Brown with the ball over the top, looking for Rooney, who's looking for a hat-trick, remember. He's yet to score one in the Premiership for Manchester United. Got that famous one in Europe, of course, to introduce himself.
Yeah, where do you go from there?
Yeah. Camera. Marn. Twisting and turning and getting into a shooting position.
Well, he'll be enjoying his little trip. Maybe so, as I said, not so much to score a line, but actually just physically being here. A dream that he had. He must have thought at times it wasn't going to happen. He'd love to see his team score, wouldn't he, here? Even if it's just a consolation.
Roberts chasing and making life hard for Brown. It's a good turn as well. Brown did well to block it.
Yeah, that was very good defending.
Giggs. And again. Chimbonda. I don't think it's the time for back heelers when you're 3-0 down. Neville. Now Van Nistelrooy.
Free kick against Van Nistelrooy there. It looks like Ronaldo will be coming on very shortly. He's down there, tracksuit bottoms are off, he's warming up.
Neville's clearance has gone straight to Camera. And the free kick goes Wigan's way.
Pushy.
Good position this for Wigan. And they've got players who can use the angle for a left footer, like Marn, although he's walking away at the moment. Van der Sar satisfied the walls in the right place, so is the referee, more importantly. And it looks as though it could be set up for Kavanagh or Marn here. It is Marn. No, it's not. Clever. Bullard got it back, the man who took it. But not clever enough.
Worked it well.
Show backpedaling furiously, and Jackson's given it away to Rooney. Van Nistelrooy in the middle. Oh! Even the boy one that doesn't get it right all the time then.
Straight in time for Van Nistelrooy. He's had a couple of chances, hasn't made the most of them. And this is an opportunity. He's ahead of Kavanagh. Wants the ball rolled in. He's trying to use the outside of the right foot. He sits up a little.
They're forgiving him. Scholes. Here's Giggs. Fletcher in yards of space. He's looked for Van Nistelrooy instead. Now Fletcher, though. And off Baines for a corner.
Substitution for Manchester United, replacing number 5, Rio Ferdinand.
Change on the way here, and the goal scorer. Waited a long time to say that, haven't we? Is about to be replaced.
Well, they didn't look particularly happy with that decision as well. I think it's taken him by surprise.
But at least he can end all the banter about when you're finally going to score your first United goal, as he takes his place on the bench to be replaced by the youngster Phil Bardsley. A rare opportunity for him. Paul Scholes from the corner. Rooney with the ball in and away by Chimbonda. Neville. O'Shea. As he gets his first touch, comes straight in to Ferdinand's position.
No, I think he might just swap with John O'Shea, actually.
In, yeah.
And play along this left-hand side.
So, that's not bad, is it? And Rooney's unmarked here, edge of the box. Mark. Good kick that by Pollitt. Cleared by Brown. Fletcher finding Giggs. Now Chimbonda for Wigan. Just too close to the goalkeeper.
That was nearly a very good ball.
United not having it all their own way, but very, very comfortable. I think it's fair to say there's no love lost between Manchester United and Arsenal, but I'm sure United will be very much on Arsenal's side on Sunday when they take on Chelsea in that massive game in Highbury. Remember, if United go on to take all 3 points, and I don't really think that's an if anymore, then the gap between them and the leaders and champions is 9 points. Baines. Plenty of targets in the box here. Dwelt on the ball though. Goes in eventually from Baines, and Rooney's there to defend. Kavanagh sliding in.
He did well twice, Kavanagh.
Baines' cross turned by Kamara. Now he's lost it. Giggs. The more men you throw forward, the more spaces there are for Manchester United to exploit. And here's Ruud van Nistelrooy.
That might be a penalty.
It had to be.
That might be a penalty. No, I don't think Van Nistelrooy's getting anywhere near the ball, but he knows he's just got to win it. My question was offside or not. That's the only debate. I think once Pollitt's committed himself and Van Nistelrooy gets the ball, he's got a problem. And this is the only problem. Is he offside or is he not? Might well have been, but it's close. But as soon as he wins that, the goalkeeper goes to ground and makes contact. I don't think the referee looks at where the ball's going. He looks at the contact and the trailing leg.
Well, no love lost when you're battling to be leading goal scorer, is that the crowd have been shouting for Rooney to complete his hat-trick, but Van Nistelrooy has grabbed the ball and grabbed the chance to make it 4-0. Which he duly does.
I think Rooney will be as pleased for Van Nistelrooy as Van Nistelrooy is for himself. They're a partnership, they're a combination, the two of them. Kill as you like. Well, I said in the studio somebody was in line for a good drubbing very shortly. 70 minutes in and the 4 up. And could have been so much more.
Slightly relief for Wigan as they see Ryan Giggs go off. And then a look of horror when they see Cristiano Ronaldo come on.
I'm a little surprised at that. You know, simply because Giggs hasn't played an awful lot of football. You know, and I thought they might have tried to get another 90 minutes out of Ryan Giggs.
Well, he must be feeling he's been this way before when he managed Bradford in the Premiership against Manchester United a few years ago. He lost both games by 4 goals to 0. Here's Kavanagh for Wigan. We've got 20 minutes more to endure. Oh, great piece of skill by Kavanagh. Oh, wonderful play. Too much in the end. Didn't take Ronaldo long to get involved.
Well, they're right to picking off now, Wigan, because they'll keep going forward, they keep trying. And the gaps just become a little bigger.
Scholes. Van Nistelrooy's layoff. Here's Smith. Bardsley. Ronaldo will enjoy the chance to run at these beleaguered Wigan defenders. Whoops, not one trick but two. Van Nistelrooy on the far post.
Half a chance, but how close was he to being offside? That's the question that Wigan were arguing about. And as the ball's tucked inside here and Ryan Giggs just plays it down the channel. Ooh, I tell you, what do you think?
Well, I suppose they always say give the attacker the benefit of the doubt.
I don't think the linesman was in the best position. You see him try to just jump back. He got ahead of play and didn't get in a very good position, but I think there was enough doubt there, wasn't there?
Yeah. There was certainly no doubt in Ruud van Nistelrooy's mind when it came to who was taking the penalty, and he swept home his 140th goal in 195 games for United. What a record that is.
Leaving his record so far this season. This is 15th league game, 12 league goals.
Yeah.
It's not bad, is it?
Camera. Smith. Back to Neville. Given away to Kavanagh. Now Mann. Terrible ball straight to Ronaldo. And Nistelrooy has found space, but Ronaldo hasn't found him.
I think that's all part of his learning, Cristiano Ronaldo, and when to release it and how to release it. No doubt he's a talent.
Well, with the heavy Christmas schedule coming up, Sir Alex Ferguson is going to make another change now. Paul Scholes will get a break, and Ji-sung Park will come on in his place. And Wigan too are going to make a substitution. Lee McCulloch coming on for them in place of Mann. Manchester United on their way to their biggest win of the season. Their 3-0 victory over Portsmouth here was their previous highest score.
Well, that could have been so much worse for Wigan, couldn't it, when you think of the chances that, and I'm not talking about difficult chances, I'm talking about comfortable, routine opportunities that they've wasted as well.
Well, I suppose from Wigan's point of view, they could almost have split the season into 3 parts. When they saw the fixtures come out, those first 10 games or so, then this terribly difficult period, end of November, beginning of December, when they wouldn't really have expected to pick up too many points. No. It's what they do from now on that counts, isn't it?
Well, the important thing is to come out of this spell, those 5 games that everyone's talked about, with belief and confidence intact. I think they will. And with 3 home games back-to-back now, they've got a wonderful opportunity to start racking up some points again.
And still in the Carling Cup, of course, and the FA Cup still to come for them. Connolly. Here's Chimbonda. Camera. Doing well here, Chimbonda. Needs to deliver now, and does to Onsho. On to Bullard. Sneaked under Connolly's boot. It's not a bad ball if Connolly can get it under control. He's got support as well. Camera hits it.
He's got themselves in a little bit of problem here, just with the ball helped through. John O'Shea just caught turning towards his own goal. They don't quite deal with it. You've got to take the shot on. It's always worth it.
Don't forget, we've got a double bill of live action for you from the Barclays Premiership on Sunday. Middlesbrough against Tottenham kicks us off on Sky Sports 1 at 1. And that is followed from the match at Highbury, Arsenal against Chelsea. Bardsley's header. Van Nistelrooy. Lovely control. Ronaldo, whoops, didn't look. Bardsley. Ronaldo can try again, that's better. To Fletcher. It goes without saying that United's elimination from Europe, first time for 10 years that they haven't got through to the final stages of the Champions League, was a massive blow. But how well they've come back as Roberts wins a free kick for Wigan here. They might have beaten Everton at the weekend. They surely have beaten Wigan tonight. And they will have taken a very sizable chunk of points now. 16 out of the last 18 available.
Yeah, but there's a crisis here.
So we're told.
I think the only question remains is, can Wigan get one? And they score here at Old Trafford.
Looks like Bullard, favourite to take it. But they had a clever little trick with the last one from a similar position. More straightforward this time. Flicked off the defender for a corner. Chimbonda and Jackson getting in each other's way, rather there for Wigan. Ronaldo, feel a trick coming on here. Whoops, not that kind. Connolly. Well, the Wigan fans enjoying themselves with this bit of possession.
They're giving it a bit of ole.
Camera. Bullard. And the flick on takes it into a danger area, and that was a risky challenge by Smith. You smile now.
Old Trafford.
Yeah, McCulloch's half decent in the air as well. I think that would be the worry here, but Alan Smith does well defensively. As this just loops up, just stays in his position, just leans on him a little.
McCulloch winning it from Park. Baines, Kavanagh, good return. In for Camara, and it never got to him. Brown made sure it didn't.
He's played well tonight for Manchester United, Wes Brown. I certainly feel that of the three, Sylvester himself and Ferdinand, he's the more physical of them all. He's the one who does put it about a bit, mixes it.
Yeah, he's only played half a dozen times in the Premiership as well. A lot of injuries as usual. Ji-sung Park is the subject of our final player cam. Neville looking to hit it long for Park. He did well then. Neville's gifted it back to Bullard though. Kavanagh. Connolly. Kavanagh's flick could turn out to be dangerous. Camara and Roberts both go for the same ball. It's Camara who pokes it goalwards. Now McCulloch back in.
He's not going to score from there. I have to say that's hugely ambitious. Awkward angle he was going at the ball. And they caused enough confusion. And it's certainly a little ragged, the defending from Manchester United at times, but I think he's just got to stand that one up, back post area. A little bit of flight in it.
Well, it may be described as a crisis in some parts of the media, but it certainly hasn't affected attendances here at Old Trafford. That figure is just a few short of the gate for the match here against Chelsea, and maintains the unbelievable average. And of course the stadium is being rebuilt to hold even more than that in the years to come. And I don't think they'll have any trouble filling it. Kavanagh. It's all a bit congested in the centre there for Wigan. Ruud van Nistelrooy. Rooney's on the run already. He's strong as well, Van Nistelrooy. Neville. Well, it's practice match stuff now for United.
Oh, it's offside. Yeah, it's definitely foot off the pedal. Playing within themselves. Happy in the knowledge that the game's been over for quite some time.
Roberts beaten to it. And Brown has had an immaculate night so far. Here's Park for Manchester United. Can Rooney get his hat-trick, I suppose, is the big question from the home team's point of view. Lovely ball, Bullard to Connolly. Smith won't give up on that. Well, he's had a lot of critics, hasn't he? Including, if you believe the reports, the former captain here. But he has adapted very well to a role he hadn't played too often before in his career. on show, who hasn't been able to keep up his wonderful record. Remember, a 3-times winner here in his Liverpool days at Old Trafford. Roberts.
I think this was slightly bigger ask, wasn't it?
I think so. Wigan's first ever visit in a league game to this stadium. Manchester United, in fact, have played at the JJB. It was when their new ground, as it was then, was opened 6 years ago, and Sir Alex took a team there to celebrate the inaugural day at the new stadium. And the only other time these two teams have ever met, or two clubs have ever met, was in a Lancashire Cup tie 12 years ago. Kavanagh's effort way off target.
Interesting little start. We're going to have more attempts than Manchester United.
Wouldn't have expected that, would you?
Big difference in the quality, whether it's on target or not. But to be fair, as I've said, I think Manchester United have dropped down a couple of gears since the fourth goal went in. Playing within themselves. We see a big programme coming up over Christmas.
And 9 points the gap now. It's bridgeable.
Oh, he's getting booked, I think. Ronaldo, I think, is going to get booked here. I think he just hauled, was it Baines? Kind of just hauled him out the way, threw it to the ground.
Shame that, because we've got all this way without a yellow card so far.
We need to do something pretty bad to get booked in this game. Half a nudge, half a kick.
It is his 5th caution as well. That means he'll miss the Boxing Day game against West Bromwich Albion. Once upon a time, people were very cynical when you managed to get yourself suspended for the Christmas fixtures, weren't they? Sure he wasn't thinking of a little trip back to Portugal. I'm sure he wasn't. He'll have him in training now, won't he, Sir Alex?
Absolutely. The games will become thick and fast over that period. It's a stupid and needless booking.
Well, at least it's one less problem for Brian Robson and his West Brom team to deal with when they come here. But only one less. Bullard, Kavanagh. Connolly chasing for all he's worth, but Bardsley gets there first. Corner's been given. Ronaldo. Wild challenge really by Kavanagh.
Well, that might be the second booking then.
Yeah, spot on.
Well, he's so quick. When you get in a situation like this, you tempt to tackle. But in all fairness, I guess he got there as quick as he could, eh?
Well, Mr. Wiley, who's one of the less demonstrative referees, has done his best to keep his cards in his pocket, but players can't argue about those 2 cautions. We're in the last minute at Old Trafford, and what's been a comfortable night for Manchester United. Wigan held out for half an hour, but their resistance is well and truly ended, and was some time ago here. McCulloch. Certainly got enough men forward in this attack, Wigan. Blue and white shirts everywhere you look. Bullard. Kavanagh. 2 minutes of stoppage time being played. Bullard for Wigan, who trail 4-0. Chimbonda. Haynes. Camera. Poked it through. Roberts couldn't get the ball under control quickly enough. And Hart back to defend. Here's Camera again. 1 or 2 half chances. Tries to set this one up for a teammate. Bullard. Roberts forced into the corner, but he didn't want to go, but he has won a corner. Can they at least spoil Manchester United's clean sheet, I wonder?
Yeah, just about the last opportunity they're going to get.
Chimbonda coming in. Scored a couple of goals already, of course, this season. Used to be a striker. Not if it's any consolation to Wigan. More talented and more experienced teams than them have been put to the sword on this ground before.
Well, they've just played the top 3 in the country at the moment, back-to-back. Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester United. They have a better idea what it's done, and they don't come up against people like that and that every week.
Manchester United are back on track. An emphatic 4-0 victory here against Wigan Athletic means they've now taken 16 out of the last 18 Premiership points available and reduced the gap between themselves and the leaders Chelsea to 9 points. 2 goals for Wayne Rooney. Ruud van Nistelrooy scored from the penalty spot, and Rio Ferdinand, who was later substituted, scored his first ever goal for Manchester United. In the first half in particular, Mike Pollitt made a string of excellent saves in the Wigan goal. It could have been an even greater scoreline than it was. Wigan have lost again, their 5th successive Premiership defeat. But Sir Alex Ferguson tonight goes off a happy man. Manchester United 4, Wigan Athletic 0.
And the last time that Wigan lost 5 in a row, they were beaten by Carlisle, Gillingham, Fulham, Chesterfield and Barnet in the old 3rd Division back in 1994. That shows you how far they've come and why from these 5 big games they've played. Of course they'd have wanted more, but they won't be too disappointed. Top 6 in the Premiership. Chelsea lead the way, Manchester United take second, 9 points back. Arsenal and Chelsea, of course, meet this coming weekend. Saturday, Aston Villa play Manchester United 12:30. Manchester City play Birmingham at 5. Both those games pay-per-view offerings. Sky Digital viewers can pick up details on channel 437, or you can call 08705 160 160 for details of how to order the match. Sunday, we've got a double bill. Middlesbrough play Spurs at 1 o'clock. Arsenal play Chelsea at 3:30. Both live on a Super Sunday. Jamie Redknapp and Ray Wilkins have been with us all evening. We'll get their thoughts when we come back. And we're not too far away from going to Goodison, where Everton and West Ham were playing tonight. We've got highlights coming up very shortly. But all the reaction from Old Trafford when we come back, where Manchester United have bounced back this evening and beaten Wigan 4-0.